Hey guys, it's me Rodney.
It's me, Missy, with Rusty Acrylics, and it's Tuesday, and we're live, and we're gonna do some decoupaging, and it's gonna be different, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be fun, because actually, what I found were napkins, and I really like it. I found them in the store.
So they're vintage.
I don't think they're vintage.
Are they?
No, I think they're
not?
just really decorative napkins.
I know one was old.
We have some, yeah, some vintage.
So
old
you didn't bring home the old ones? I bet you did. They're probably over yonder.
Yeah, I just didn't want to use those. I liked those though, because I didn't know like if they're so old that there might be easier to tear. You know what I'm saying? So I got these. So I'm gonna use these tonight. But I like this design anyways because I like the blues and the flowers and the butterflies.
Sounds good. Hey Tina, how are you doing tonight? Hey Kat. Hopefully everybody's had a good week so far. It's been rough for us this week.
Yeah, adjusting to that time change is something else, isn't it?
I can't find my hat, so I don't have my hat on. I don't know where it went. I know I left one in the office. So forgive the hair. Yeah,
it's just crazy time adjusting to the time. So yeah, that's fun. So I went ahead and like cleaned this book up really good. It's just an old journal, but it has like some defects to it. And I've been wanting something to write in the mornings, especially when I do Bible studies. So I found this and I thought this was perfect. And then I thought it needed to be prettier than what it is. And that's what we're going to work on tonight. So we got a couple of different things that we're going to play with. But what I'm going to go ahead and do before we get really started is I'm going to go ahead and get another coat. I did the back. I'm going to go ahead and get a coat of paint on the front so that way it can start drying.
We didn't have enough journals for her to Martha Stewart this one.
No,
all we had was this one.
But it'll get done. It'll be pretty. So I also have, like at the store we use, we have real doilies, but most of the time those are for sale. But like for furniture to like protect it when we put stuff on top of it, and just to try to keep it as perfect as we possibly can, we use a lot of paper doilies.
Yep.
And so I snatched one of those because I thought that would be fun to put on here. Which I think you can get paper doilies anywhere, like at Walmart, Dollar Tree. I think you can get them.
Yeah, you can get them in bulk on Amazon.
Yeah, so that's how we order.
Yeah, we order them because we use them all the time.
Yeah, and that way, if they get messed up, it's no big deal. You can toss them or whatever, but it just really helps for.
You stain them with tea bags or coffee bags and create an old-looking doily. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Makes it look vintage, but it's still paper.
Still paper. So we just use them a lot to try to protect the furniture, especially if I like to do staging where I layer the stuff up on top of each other. It just helps protect any of the furniture that's in the store, whether it's painted or original wood. It just helps protect the furniture. So.
Hey, Judy, how are you doing tonight?
Hi. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do 2 coats of paint on this one. But I got 2 coats on the back side, so we'll let the front side dry. So like I said, I got these from the store. I got them from D33. This is the only pack that she had like this, but they're really pretty napkins. So let me get one out because I feel like I could do a lot of things with these. I think they're really pretty.
Tina, it did. Yours should have been in with the pack that was at the store.
I think it's still at the store. I don't think Tina's come in yet.
Oh, I thought she came in and got it.
I don't think she has.
Oh. Tina, I'll just mail it out tomorrow, Tina. I thought you had came by the store and got it. I apologize for that.
So this is the napkin. And the one thing when you're decoupaging, when you think about napkins, is you do have to remember that it does have texture around the borders of the napkin, or at least this one does. So if you don't like that, then you might want to either find a napkin that doesn't have it, or hopefully your image would be far enough off of it if you wanted to cut that out. That's up to you. But this is a 2-ply napkin. Some of them are 3-ply and stuff like that. So you just want to tear it apart. And so that's the back side of it. I'm just going to set it to the side.
Tina, I put it in with that. I put it in an envelope with the Easter pack. That's why I had thought you had picked it up already, and I do apologize for that.
So we're just going to use this side, I think. Let me see if it's almost dry that I can put a second coat on it. And then we're just going to use the scissors, and I'm just going to cut it because I'm going to do the whole from the top to the bottom of the journal, right? So I want the whole thing to be covered like that. So I probably need to cut off about that much. Let's see if I can do that. But I'm going to give myself some overage because you never know. Because you can always come back and trim it.
Tina says she's coming by tomorrow to get it.
Okay. We'll tell the girls. The girls will be there tomorrow. And make sure.
I'll be there for a few minutes tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we will. And then we'll just save this. So isn't that so pretty? That would be pretty on a block sitter.
That would be.
Yeah, it's just really pretty florals. I like vintage.
It's actually the perfect
florals.
size for block sitter, actually.
Mm-hmm. It is. So we're going to save that one, and I'm going to work with this one because I plan on decoupaging with this, and then I want to kind of put that on the binding of the book. But then I also have, Dixie Belle makes these silk stencils. They're reusable, and they have like a screen on them.
Silk screen stencils.
Yes.
That's what they're called.
Yeah, and they're washable and stuff
Hey,
like
Sandy,
that.
how are you doing today?
So I would like to stencil the rose on the doily before we decoupage it. So while my white is drying, we could go ahead and do that because that way I'll seal up my chalk paint and Mod Podge at the same time.
So you're going to paint the doily?
I just want to stencil the doily.
I got you.
Yeah. So these are low tack on the back side.
And they come that way.
Yeah.
And you can even wash it and it still doesn't come off.
Right. So when you wash it and you get all the paint out of the screen, the way you want to dry it is you want to put it on the non-sticky side and let it dry like that. You don't want cloth touching your sticky side because when it starts drying, it'll start grabbing.
Sandy says she's living a dream.
So I'm just gonna place, because I'm really.
I don't know about y'all, but I have a hard time adjusting to daylight savings time.
Time change gets you.
Even if it falls back and we get an extra hour of sleep, it's still, I don't know. I don't handle it too well. I'll be beat down for the next week or so.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Cottage Door because it brings out some of the pinks in that napkin since it's mostly blues and stuff like that. I thought about going with yellow, but I changed my mind because I don't like yellow as much.
You don't like
but
yellow.
I do like
I don't
Cottage
like yellow
Door.
as much.
So silk screens, I'm probably going to struggle with that.
Silk screens.
Silk screens.
Say it 3 times fast.
No way. Are not like stencils, right? You know, you just kind of.
Hey, Karen, how are you doing tonight?
What's the best way to explain it? You just kind of like paint it on, or you can use a scraper if you wanted to.
Yeah, it depends on the viscosity.
Yeah.
Paint should go through it, no problem.
Paint does go through it, no problem. So I just use a little bit of paint and then I just spread it. It's going to have like a little bit of a distress look, I think.
Tina typed it in 3 times.
Did she?
Yeah.
Good
silk
good
screen,
job,
silk
Tina.
screen, silk screen.
Yeah. Typing it might be a little bit easier than saying it. It's true.
We're doing good. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah. I struggle with half of my words anyway, so that's just who I am.
That is true. And Kaylee will,
yeah.
Kaylee's quick to correct.
Yeah, that is just who I am. So I'm just going to get right here because I can see my outline of the doily. Yeah, so I'm just kind of going that way. All right.
Now it's time for the reveal.
The reveal. And it's not going to take it long to dry because it's chalk paint.
And it's on paper.
And it's on paper. Yep. So we just peel it off.
Without tearing the doily.
Yeah, I'm not trying to tear my doily. But it's kind of like a little bit of distressed.
Yeah, it most definitely didn't get all the way into some spots.
But that's okay. I might not have even done that spot, and that's why it's like that.
I'll put it in the sink.
Yes. Thank you.
So you just throw these in the wash immediately.
They're really easy to wash off. But that's kind of, I just want that on here. And then let me go ahead and get my second coat of this on here. Because I'm just wanting to make sure, like with the napkin, that my background is bright so that all of the pretty flowers and stuff show up really good. And for the background, I'm just using drop cloth. It was just the first thing on the paint cabinet, so it worked out. Making sure I don't have no runs on my edges. So yeah, that, and I have Mod Podge, and I have my napkin, and then this will dry really quick. I don't need to lose this. That's the back to the screen. I don't want to lose it. Then I'm just gonna hold that over here. So I want to turn the heat gun on real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, if you give me just a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
How do you decide whether to use Mod Podge and the Dixie Belle Clear Coat? Tina asks, how are you doing in the front and the back? You going to do the same design across?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to do a wrap? So you'll have to glue it down a little bit better along the spine then. That way it doesn't tear.
So what I want to do is just...
Oh, Karen's got a quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you decide whether to use Mod Podge or the Dixie Belle Clear Coat?
So really what it depends on... I could turn my mic
on. Oh, there we go. She's turning the mic on.
Yeah. So really when I'm trying to decide which one to use, it depends on what I'm actually doing. So if I do furniture, I'm kind of always want to go with the clear coat. Just because the Mod Podge has like a sheen to it. So if I'm doing furniture and I'm decoupaging, then I want to go with Dixie Belle's clear coat. If I'm decoupaging something like this, I just tend to go with the Mod Podge, and I don't really know why. I guess it's because I'm going to cover the entire thing and the sheen doesn't bother me, and I feel like it's
well, usually you're laying down a base coat. Even when you do stuff like this, you usually do the top coat with.
If I know that I'm going to cover the whole entire thing, then I'll go with Mod Podge. Like I'm going to cover this end of the book to this end of the book, so I'll go with Mod Podge for that. But if I'm trying to do like cut out, like if I was just cutting this out, then I would have went with a clear coat, so that way there's no line. If I go take the clear coat if I take the Mod Podge too far and my decoupage paper doesn't touch it, then that sheen's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So like for this piece, the reason why I went with Mod Podge was because I'm going to cover the whole entire book with Mod Podge. And then after it's all said and done and dry, I would probably come back through with clear coat so that it doesn't have a sheen, or depending on how it looks, I might go with the Mod Podge too. But if I'm cutting out, like if I was to cut this part out and I wasn't going to Mod Podge up here, then I would have used Dixie Belle's clear coat. So that way, if I would have taken it too far up above my decoupage paper, then I wouldn't have that sheen that Mod Podge leaves versus Dixie Belle's flat coat. Yeah.
That, and since Mod Podge is just an adhesive, it's a lot more flexible than clear coat is. Clear coat's a polyacrylic, so it does run the risk of cracking.
Yeah, and the working time is there's more with Mod Podge. Clear coat dries pretty fast.
Right.
So your work time is less when you're doing the clear coat. I guess it just depends on what I'm doing, and then how much of the product am I going to use. And if there's going to be a line where you can see the sheen and not see the sheen, that tells me whether or not if I want to use Mod Podge or not. I guess that's what I.
And it also depends on what you're doing. Like, since I use decoupage papers mostly, I never do napkins. I like to glue my stuff down with Mod Podge, and then I like to clear coat over it with a clear coat afterwards so I can keep that flat finish.
Right.
But I only use whole pieces. Missy's really good at doing the fussy cut pieces and stuff like that. I'm not good at that. I'm not very patient with it at all.
I got the iron out because I also thought that I might iron this napkin because that would be, I feel like I would get less wrinkles. Because of how thin it is. Like tissue paper, it's so thin. So your chances of wrinkles are going to be higher. So you're going to work harder to get your wrinkles out. So I feel like on this piece, I feel like I'm actually going to iron it on. So if I'm going to do that, then I need to just get my clear coat on here. So I can, my Mod Podge on here and use so much of it. So that way I can get it.
Tina said the dried flowers would look great mixed on that.
I thought about that too. That was like the first thing I thought of. I was like, my aunt would be like, you needed to use those dried flowers on there. And the thing about like doing the Mod Podge is that I could do that. Like even if I decide to do that later on.
Yeah, the Mod Podge will actually hold the flowers down.
And
versus
the
clear coat would not.
Clear coat would not.
Because it's a coating. It's not a adhesive.
For it to be for the flowers, they're real. They're not fake. So they're thick and they're raised up and stuff. So the clear coat would not be strong enough to do that, to hold that with.
Yeah. So there's just a time and a place for both products.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. That's what I would say. So let me get my
You got that little squirt bottle. You got a gallon container. It's better important than those bowls though, like last week.
Oh, I still use it in the bowls. So what I was trying to do is just grab what was the easiest thing to grab, because I did try to organize my paint shelf a couple of days ago. But it's been a couple of days since I've painted anything, so it is still kind of organized. But these were right up front.
Maybe that's what we heard fall last night.
You know, it could have been
your whole paint thing.
Paint shelf, yeah. So originally I was trying to decide, like, because of the binding of the book.
It's a journal.
It's a journal, yeah. If I wanted to just decoupage the front and the back and then leave this plain, and then do something right there, or do I want to wrap it? Because that's the one thing that I was thinking about, is the opening and the creases.
Karen said, I finally have enough stuff to have a paint shelf.
Yes, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Get you a paint shelf. I have a whole bookcase and it's stacked and stacked. Oh,
it's a monster. I said I was going to buy a toolbox, and that way she has to arrange her paints in the toolbox.
Well, that's what I was talking about. If I could like reorganize my room and only have shelves that were as deep as the biggest container of paint, then that would be, I would be taking up that whole entire wall.
You would.
Of stuff. Yeah.
You'd be better off with a toolbox, maybe labeling the top of the lids.
Yeah, that would be, but especially if I get it into the squirt bottle, then it's much easier.
Oh yeah, because you can just store it like this.
But sometimes, like Cottage Door, I didn't pour that into a squirt bottle because it's only 8 ounces.
Yeah, and the squirt bottles are 16.
I didn't think it would be a color that I would use as often as I do, but I really have enjoyed painting a lot of small stuff and chairs and stuff like that with the Cottage Door. It's just a really fun pop of color, I think. So
Kat said, you're full of great ideas.
I don't know. That's very nice.
Full of something.
I'm full of something, yeah. It's very nice of you to say. Yeah.
Oh, we're heat and gunning again.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to get it better.
Mod Podge dries pretty quick too. Ooh, I can feel the heat off that heat gun over here.
Yeah.
Tina says she likes your bunny shirt. Did Miss Deborah bring in more today?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That one's been pretty popular this spring.
Yeah.
One of our vendors does those. Karen says she loves the t-shirt too, Missy. Without having your mic on, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because you don't even say you're like
Thank you. Because you can't hear me anyways. So it's almost dry, but I just don't want it to bubble up, so that's what I'm paying attention to. This shirt is in our t-shirt booth at the store. One of my vendors carries these, and I did talk to her today because she's been selling out a lot. But with Easter being right around the corner, she doesn't know if she's going to restock. I think she's just going to sell what she has, and then that's it. She probably won't restock. I think there's one more week where she'll come in and restock, and then after that, I think she's done.
Kat says she can't wait to get to the store in the morning to check out those overalls you posted.
Oh my gosh! So
I didn't even know you posted them.
I didn't. I wanted to try them on. I didn't try them on, but they are so cute, and the stretch to them was really nice. So they're very they have a stretch to them. I thought that was cool. And I love that they're jeans, the jean material, and I love the color of the green. And then there's also short ones. There's shorts, short overalls. Those are really cute too. So I just wanted to see. Sometimes when you're ordering stuff like that, you don't know what you're really getting. So I was just like, well, we'll just do one, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know if I have the market for it or not, so we'll just see.
That and our orders here are going to be much smaller, but more frequent.
Yeah, so I just got one pack of them, and just to see. I think they're cute. I did not put them on. I haven't tried them on, so I don't know. Oh, let me not wrinkle it up. Okay, so I'm making sure that I give myself a little bit overage on both sides, so that way I can trim it up or tuck it in or something like that. So we're gonna do the iron-on method. So my Mod Podge is on the front of the book, and what I'm going to do is turn this iron on after I drop my cord.
Kat said they look awesome and just in time for spring.
They're really cute. I think Kat could wear them. I think she'd pull them off. I think they'd be so cute on her. You just have to see.
I thought they were neat looking.
I did. I liked them. I saw Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda has a pair of overalls, and she wore them the other day. And that's why I wanted to look into them, because I thought they were really cute, and they looked so cute on her.
Brenda Berry?
Brenda Berry.
Oh, okay. Was it the shorts? She had shorts, or she had long ones?
No, she had on long ones, and they were black, and they were so cute. With when I went to the thing with them, that's when she was wearing them.
I can't remember what she was wearing Monday.
But she wore them, and she's cute. And if you know Brenda Berry,
she's full of energy.
She's yeah. So she pulled them off. They're
the exact opposite of me.
So I got my paper on where I want it to go, and then this is parchment paper. And I'm just going to lay it down on top of my napkin, and then I'm going to heat this sucker up. I'm going to go with the second, the little Cricut heater iron press. It has 3 levels. I'm just going to go with the second one because it is a book, but I just wouldn't leave it on. So I'm just going to wait for it to heat up, and then we'll just iron on the front, and then we'll work our way to the side. That way.
Nope, it's ready.
Yep. That way we can make sure that I've got the binding part of the book on really good.
So it irons the wrinkles out of the... Did you iron the napkin before?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't.
So you're just getting the wrinkles out now?
I guess so. It really didn't have wrinkles because I cut where the crease was.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So...
Because we learned with the drop cloth we should have ironed it first before we started putting some designs on it.
Yeah.
Because it did not remove all the wrinkles, even though it bonded just in time. It bonded just fine. It just didn't remove all the wrinkles.
See if I can bend it back. Yeah, there we go. Let me go that way.
So you just need to make sure you get everywhere when you're doing
I'm
ironing.
just going around the edges and see it's picking up where the stitching is in it,
That's
which I
cool.
think is cool. Yeah.
That makes it look. I think that helps enhance the image itself.
Right.
So basically, the paper becomes part of the binding, essentially.
So
I think
it's
it's neat.
a little bit, but that could be the just the crease of it, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so now I want to do.
Without pulling too tight.
Yeah, don't pull too tight. So I'm just gonna let it naturally relax over it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Let it find its natural thing.
Yeah. And then make sure I'm not bending up. Okay, yeah. Then use the parchment paper to protect it, and then use the iron to go over it.
Because the last thing you want is for Mod Podge to ruin the surface of your little iron. Or in our previous case, when we used big irons all the time, you don't want it to ruin your big iron.
Right.
Ruin is such a weird word. I should
Isn't it?
stop saying it. It's ruin. You don't want it to ruin.
And I'm just trying to make sure that I'm going over the edges, like the curve of the book. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on both sides. What I like about the iron-on method is it doesn't take a bunch. Like, it doesn't take long.
Right. Well, especially with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's really thin.
All right, so now we're on to the back of the book.
If you wouldn't have painted that, you'd see that book coming through, that brown cover.
It's, you know.
This is one of those faux leather. Actually, it may have been real leather.
I don't know.
I should have smelled it.
It's, the napkin is thin, but it's like tissue paper initially, right?
I think it's thinner than tissue paper.
You think it might be thinner than
Way
tissue
thinner.
paper?
Did it have was that a lining that comes with it?
Yes, it's a 2-ply napkin. So, like, if you take this one.
So you split the, oh, I see.
Yeah, you split it apart. You take.
Make it a single ply.
Yeah, to make it a single ply.
This is how thin it is. You can like see my face through it. It's so goofy.
So, and then that would be that. So, and what I could do is either I can trim it or I could tuck it.
Well, you'll need to trim it in some spots. You're going to rip right there at your binding, especially if you bend it in right now without cutting it.
Like that. And so, like, you can still see the journal. Like, that went through, you know?
Yeah.
But that's okay. Like, that doesn't.
Then you could use a colored pencil or something, color that in if you wanted
Yeah, you
to, or some
could.
acrylic paint.
So, I think it's cute like that. So, okay.
I do too. I think the idea about the flowers would be great.
Oh, add in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After you put your doily on, your paper doily.
Just add in the. Let's see. I think what I'll do is trim it up as a little bit closer.
You want to keep it enough so you can fold it under, though. I would think. Or you can trim it all the way to the edge.
I really could because I would have to do the glue. I would have to put glue. Which I could probably use just art glitter glue.
Well, now you'll have to trim it to the edge because no matter what, it's not going to fold under because it's too short.
Well, it would fold under because you're just wanting to go to that little brown line right there. But, I mean, not cut the book.
Yeah, don't cut the book.
Yeah.
There we go. Cutting the cover, guys. Cutting the cover.
Cut the cover. There it goes. I found it. And normally, you know, I sand it off, but for this, like, I don't want to mess up the book.
So if you were going to sand it off, how would you do it on that book?
I don't think I would want to sand it off because of the book, because of the... But, I mean, you would sand it off the same way you sand everything else off, just in a downward motion. But I don't want to really sand the book, so...
Karen says she loves the napkin. It's so cute.
It is, and I have a couple of different stacks of napkins, so I guess just watch out because I kind of get addicted to doing stuff like this. So when I find something new like this, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, and I want to do that. I want to do this because there's some really pretty ones, and
yeah, she was on the internet looking at all kinds of napkins.
I want to do one of those Hada books that we have. I want to pull one of those out and do one of those with those napkins. I think that would be really pretty. So,
oh yeah, you can see the word journal come right through. That's really cool.
It picked up on like the stitching that goes around this book.
Yeah, it looks almost like it was made that way.
Yeah. It's really cool. I need some of those fussier cutting scissors. That's what I need because these scissors are too big. But I'll be able to trim that up even more. Especially with like my X-Acto knife or whatever.
Yeah, you need some scissors that actually cut too.
So.
Because those are dull and leave jagged cuts on your paper. Some fiskers. Some fiskers. Actually, I could probably sharpen them with that sharpener we got, Gavin.
These scissors are good.
I
just need tinier scissors, like just a little bit to go around the edges like this. Just fussier cutting scissors is what I need. But it's okay. We're going to work with what we have. So if this is all I was going to do, then I would definitely want to go around the edges to make sure that my edges are all glued down. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because I do. So I have the flower on there and I do like the doily. And it's a paper doily, so I would like to add it like that and go around. I think that would be cute, but I'm almost wondering if this is... No, it's not. Okay.
The middle part is two. The middle part is 2 layer.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
To make it thicker.
So, like that.
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
Or maybe overlap it a little bit more over the front so you can get more of the flower that you painted on it. Maybe offset a little bit. Yeah, like that. How would that look?
And then that would be the back.
Yeah.
Which I gotta trim that.
Similar to a real book.
So do I want it that way?
I don't know. It's up to
you.
you.
Want it half and
What do you
half?
guys think?
I like it like a little bit more because I don't want to take away too much from the blue and the flowers right there. So if I just offset it just a little bit back.
Yeah, because you don't want to lose the point of painting the flower in the first place on the
Well,
doily.
you're not going to because, I mean, you're still going to see it all the way around. It's pretty like that.
Yeah.
And then, but see, I was also thinking about putting that on the edge. So it's just, let me think for just a second because I was thinking about doing that. But I might not have to do that because the binding of the book turned out so good. So I think we'll go here, right? So I'm still leaving, like I really love this flower right here. So if I just go like that, and then I bend it over like that, and then
yeah, that looks good.
Like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Your camera boom arm keeps rising up a little bit.
Like it's going up on its own?
It's going up on its own because of springs.
That's funny. So, let's see. I think that the easiest way to put this on here is, let's see, can I just...
Missy, you're channeling your inner Brenda with her junk journals.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. She is good. That's... I should have probably paid it more.
Where's your other Mod Podges you just had open?
This is it. I just never took the plastic off.
Oh,
of it.
here.
That's why
Here,
I've
I'll
always just poured it out like that. Yeah. I like it though. Because I needed something. I feel like if I need something to write in, I better be pretty. And I really love these napkins, but I'm really excited to put one of these napkins on those box books. I think this would be really pretty to do that with.
I'm just glad you didn't try to take my journal.
And I do like the doilies. I love the paper doilies. I love them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour, I'm going to probably make a mess with this one. I'm just going to pour the Mod Podge on the back of the paper because it's got the holes around. That's right. If I would have probably not should have done it to my counter, but we'll figure it out. And I'm just going to paint it with the Mod Podge. Just do a little bit. Yeah. Just want to make sure that I get the lace part of the doily, but just be careful because like if you do this, it is a paper doily. So just remember that. It is a paper doily.
So don't oversaturate it.
Yeah, you don't want to oversaturate it. And you just want to be careful with your doily because it can tear really easily. And if you do it on your counter, it'll leave a pretty doily design on your counter with Mod Podge.
And that's her channeling her inner Missy.
Yeah, that's me. So I want to keep my pretty flower right there. And I'm just going to go put it on. And I probably should have got some plastic bag, but that's okay. And we're just gonna...
You're talking pretty low.
Yeah.
I don't think that was picking
I'm
you
trying
up.
to pay attention to what I'm doing. You know, I can't talk and do it at the same time. I'm just being very careful with my paper and the Mod Podge, and I'm just kind of like mashing it down. If you had a Ziploc bag or saran wrap, you could work it better with your fingers. But I'm just using the paintbrush, and I'm just trying to have push out any wrinkles that I can. I didn't add any Mod Podge to this brush. I'm just using the wet Mod Podge that's already on here.
Now, could you iron it afterwards to make it smoother?
Yeah, you can. You can. You would just want this to dry, and then you could go over it with an iron to make sure. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit on my brush so I can make sure I got those edges all the way down, because they are lifting up. But as long as you have the Mod Podge on it, when you take it when it's dry and you take it with your iron, the heat will reactivate it, and then it will glue it down. So that's gonna be the kicker, is like if I for sure, and it looked like it when I pulled it off the counter, it looked like I did a good job in getting the lace part of the doily.
Karen said her and her husband were putting some old wallpaper in the drawers of the cabinet that they painted.
Yeah.
They struggled a little and then pivoted, and she said, "What would Missy do?" Lol.
What would Missy do?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So Missy doesn't even know what she would do.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing until I'm actually doing it. That's kind of like how that works sometimes. Most
of what she does on this channel is experiment.
Sometimes you just don't know. I mean, like I say it all the time that the piece of furniture will tell you what you want. what it wants you to do.
Was right here.
And sometimes it's just like that. It's just like that. Just trying to make sure. Yeah. So let me put my thumb in there.
Want me to move this closer?
No. What I want to do is not mess it up with my fingers. And then let it dry some more and then go over it with the iron is what I want to do. So some of the florals are going to, if the doily is going to end up being a little bit of a transparent, like what's behind it is going to pop up. So if you didn't want your design that's from behind the doily, if you didn't want that, you would have needed to make sure that you either A, didn't put the napkin there, or B, you painted it white. But I wasn't too much worried about it. Like I wanted it to look worn and that kind of way. As far as like the doily,
Ruth Barrett says she loves it.
Oh, thank you. I think it's going to be really cute. I just want this to dry a little bit more, which I can already see it's drying, and then we'll be able to iron it and really secure it. And I still have all of this lace and stuff like that, which these would make really cute bookmarks for the inside of it.
I think it would be cool to trim around the top of it with it. Kind of like the stitch, but that's me.
Yeah, that would be cute. I think that would be like tedious work. You talking about like right here?
No, I'm talking about just put it along the edge there.
Oh, like that?
This one's a little too fat for it though.
I need to try not to, well, I'm going to mess that one up. Yeah, I would have to maybe get some thinner one or whatever.
Karen said it's looking great so far.
Yeah, I think so too. And the good thing about this too is that if you wanted to like use ink or maybe like brown paint, I wouldn't use wax because it's a book, but
right.
You could go around the edges to distress it. And that would be cute. Which I do have some old music notes that I could cut the words out and decoupage that right there. That would be cute. Let's see.
You also have that vintage stamp that makes the paper look like it's old.
The script?
No, you got the script. You got the one that makes the paper look like it's all split and broken.
Oh, yeah. If I was going to do that, I probably should have done that before I put the doily on there. Don't you think?
I don't know. I just remembered you had it.
Yeah. I do have some stamps, and the stamps that I like to use for like furniture and stuff like that is they're big stamps. Is IOD. I do not sell IOD stamps, but you can find them on Etsy. You can find the IOD stockist on Etsy. I don't really know much about them, but I just know that they're large stamps. So like sometimes when I stamp the inside of drawers for furniture, like if I paint it or if I do the sides of the drawer or whatever, I'll use those stamps because they're really big. Which I have a pack right here. The iron and smooth that out really good.
Yeah, it did. Here's what the iron did, guys.
These are my cow ones.
So ironing that doily on after she glued it turned out fantastic.
They're cool.
Well, you used to have an envelope full of them. One of those plastic envelopes.
Yeah. Well, I just had them out the other day. So
huh?
I said I just had it out the other day. So they're big stamps like this. Like they're big. Like this is just the script stamp. So like that's the whole thing right there. So I know a lot of y'all know about stamps. I don't know a lot about stamps. but
we do know that those are not the same quality as May stamps.
These are just IOD stamps, the Iron Orchard designs. They're just big.
Iron Orchid.
Orchid, is that what it is? Okay, yeah, they're just big. So they're really good for doing furniture. So see how like that would take up the whole entire, I could stamp that whole thing if I wanted to.
Which we use it on little boxes. We use it in in-person classes at the store.
And these are just my personal, like I said, I don't sell these. I'm not a IOD stockist. This is the one that Rodney was talking about that makes it just look.
I love that stamp.
Yeah, it just looks old and weathered and stuff like that.
You can mix a little bit of brown ink with the black ink, and bam, you've got a really weathered looking piece. It's amazing. You
can use ink, but the other cool thing about these stamps, and the reason why I like to use them is because I can use the Dixie Belle chalk paint on them.
Yeah. Judy said that's one of her favorite stamps.
Yeah, this one is I love this stamp. The script stamp. Let me turn that off before I burn myself. I already burned myself once today.
Heck,
I don't know if you can see it.
Judy said that's another good one.
That one.
I like that one. She wasn't going to get it. I added it to the cart before the purchase was done, so I snuck that one in on her, and then she's used it several times. She's ended up liking it.
So I could actually put a little bit of a stamp here. Let's think about it.
Said, ouch.
Ouch. You saw it? You see the burn?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
She did that with a Jiffy steamer.
Steamer got me today. And I also have these. These I kind of use a lot too. There's just like a chicken and quail, and there's a cow, and then there's flowers, and there's a sheep. So I like these for the simple fact that you can do like just little, like in the drawer, I take the cow stamp and I'll just stamp it all over the drawer instead of like drawer paper or wallpaper or anything like that lining the drawer. If sometimes I have to paint it, that's how I'll do. I'll just stamp it. If I have to paint it, I'll stamp it like that. So there's some really pretty flowers on here.
You used that big bird a couple times.
Yeah, the big rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun.
I told her to put mustard on that burn. She was talking about it today at work.
That's what he said.
I said, put some mustard on it. That'll make it feel better.
So I could stamp that and put that right there. But I really like the idea of doing the word.
Yeah, if you don't anything else will take away from the image. I think the words will look good.
Let's see.
You need to be sparing with it though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What?
Let's see if I have my ink. And I do. Well, I also have this one too. It's just little. I forgot about that. Oh, I didn't move my chair.
And yes, she did get the ink from May made it.
Yeah, I did get my ink from May because I did go to May when I was like, what ink should I use?
And then she looked at the stamps.
Yeah, and then I showed her what stamps I had. I think I'm going to have to go with the bigger one.
Yeah.
This is just the same thing. It's just a smaller one like that.
Tina said do a second generation stamp. So stamp it on a piece of paper, then stamp it on that.
Yes, that's usually what I do. So that way it looks like really, yeah.
See, I don't know anything about stamping, guys.
I don't know much. Other than what I've learned from watching May. That's the only thing I've really learned. And then, of course, I've watched a lot of people do it on the furniture. And that's kind of, sorry, that's right up my alley. Because I prefer to do furniture more than anything. Furniture is what I love to do. So, okay, yeah. So let me grab a piece of paper that I can...
Karen said that VersaFine is her favorite ink for sentiments.
This ink works really good for these stamps and everything. And
Iron Orchid Designs, IOD.
IOD, yeah. So what I don't want to ink everything because I'm just like, I just want these words like that.
We have to get them through a stockist because we're not stockists ourselves.
No, so there's a lot of stockists on Etsy. a lot.
Yeah.
I think that the girl that I probably order mine from, I think it's like Kinsey Girl or something like that.
I think so.
I think that's her name. It's got something with a Kinsey in it. She's really fast, and I actually have 2 or 3 in the cart. Don't I?
I think
that
so.
the new ones that they have. I'm just not. I'm just not an IOD stockist. I'm just not. I don't know if I'm ready to take that on.
The order minimum is pretty.
So I'm wanting this
good.
part right here is the part that I'm wanting to go with. So
Why am I getting all these notifications? Also, guys, I may have already told everybody I ordered that Vitrock and it came in broken.
Oh, I think that, yeah.
I probably already told everybody.
So
I was just thinking about it because I got a notification as soon as I logged into Etsy to see what Missy.
If you can find that.
Yeah. Search your purchases. Stamps.
Yeah. Look how pretty that is.
Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. I like that a lot, actually. Bring up chat on my phone since I'm in a different window.
Let me put everything straight. So I don't have a lopsided.
A what?
A lopsided.
Lopsided?
Which I bet it is anyways, but that's okay if it is.
Lopsided.
Lopsided stamp.
Kenzie Jordan 722.
That's who I order mine from, yeah. So there, look how bright it is there, and then it's just light and worn there. Which I probably could go.
Yep, that's the shop.
That's who the first girl that I ordered mine with, and she's been really good and really fast.
She sells Would You Bend. She's a stockist for them. And IOD stuff. And I probably redesigned by Prima, I bet. She does Roy Cycle.
So yeah, that's the girl that I use. So if y'all are looking into it, there's a bunch of different ones that are really pretty. They're just big. So like I said, you can gonna not lay it down because I want my ink to dry. She's been really fast, and she usually has whatever I'm looking for in stock. So
I just posted a link.
Yeah.
To Kenzie Jordan's.
Like I said, I just like these stamps because of the furniture. Because I actually have used Meme stamps on small stuff like this.
Yeah. That's what Kaylee likes to stamp with, is Meme stamps.
But I just really like it with the furniture. So I kind of did it right here, and I did it right here.
Yeah, because the little one just doesn't turn out as good as the big one did.
No, it's because of the bird.
Yeah.
The words, not birds. The words.
Oh, that's no problem,
bigger.
guys. No problem at all.
Yeah.
And her prices are fair. But like Missy says, she gets it to you quick.
Yeah, she gets it to you quick. Now, these stamps aren't exactly cheap. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. But
no, because okay, we have Kindest Regards right there.
That's the script.
That's $29.74
yeah.
is what we paid for it at the time. The newspaper one, I bet you don't even remember you got it.
It's at the store.
It was $31.
Yeah. So I mean, they're not cheap. So, but they seem to do really good. They work really good.
It's still $29.74.
Is it? They work really well on furniture, and then I just go to Meme for the ink because that's. But I don't have an IOD stockist nowhere. I think the closest one when I was looking for an IOD stockist, I think the closest one was way up North Alabama or way down in Florida, something like that. Yeah.
Jasper.
So kind of not easy for me to get there, but still. So I think that's kind of it. I don't know if I want to do anything else to it. I think it would be really cool to stained the doily. to do the tea stain.
Yeah, I think it would too.
I think that would be really cool, and to just give it that age look.
And guys, you can buy these doilies and tea stain them yourselves.
Yeah.
There's people that sell them all over the place, and they're just paper doilies that are tea stained.
Coffee stain, tea stain, or whatever. I think it would be really cool to do that, and then to decoupage after it dries up and everything, to decoupage on that. But mainly what I was just wanting was a journal for in the mornings after I do Bible study, so I can write stuff down, because I always have all these thoughts. So I was trying to keep track of it and keep it in a journal. So this one's for me.
Yeah, well, that'll be perfect for you.
Yeah, and it's small too, so I like it.
She does have some great large stamps, Tina.
Yeah, she does.
She's got a bunch of large stamps.
Well, IOD has a lot. I mean, they're pretty big.
Yeah, they're smaller than Prima Redesign, but bigger than other companies that dabble in the furniture stuff.
But they like these, and I like these because you can.
And their products are quality. Like our IOD molds that we've bought from them are fantastic. Like, I probably couldn't make a mold better than what they're making.
Right.
And that's me using vacuum chambers and pressure chambers.
And I like them. I like the fact that you can use it with hot. I'm gonna turn this thing off before I burn myself.
Judy said that is so pretty with the words.
Yeah, I really like it.
So hold it up to the main camera so everybody can see it real good.
It stamps really good too. So I like that. I like it, and that's just a part of it. Hold it up to this one.
Yeah, to this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me turn it in so there you go.
So I do need to trim up my edges. Like, don't look at the edges on my book, because I do need to get like either the razor blade or the X-Acto knife and just go around the edges. And then I definitely would want to go after this ink is 100% dry. Like, I let it set and dry. But I don't really feel the need to go over it with a clear coat or a thing of Mod Podge, because I feel like it's pretty durable.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
hold
a
it
book.
closer so they can see like the seams up top.
Just don't look at my edges where I haven't trimmed them up yet.
But yeah, you can see the seams. And before she put the
doily on
there, you can see journal imprinted in the very center, because it is. It's a Bible journal.
Yeah.
That way she can keep up with her early morning thoughts after she does her study.
So yeah, the edges still need to be trimmed up or whatever. That'll be good to do that. And then, yeah. But after that ink dries all the way, I probably will.
Karen said that looks awesome.
Well, thank you. So I definitely want to do this to one of those big books, so I definitely want to. So I'm going to be working on that, coming up with an idea on how to do it with those storage boxes, because I do have some more prettier napkins. And I just thought it was fun. I mean, like I said, like the
napkins are easy to get.
They are.
They're cheap.
And they have a lot of different designs. But I will say this.
I think Missy bought this pack for $3.99.
So like I ended up cutting off the design of the napkin. That what do you call that? What would you call that?
That's embossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up cutting that off, so I didn't really have to think about that texture. But I was almost wondering if you could iron it off. With this iron that's still almost on.
Can you?
It's still a little bit there.
But if you had some steam or something. But then it probably ruined the design.
It might. So that is something that's actually pretty cool, because a lot of napkins do have that kind of thing. But actually, ironing it actually pushes it back down. Because
kind of like indentions in wood. If you hit a table with a hammer, if you'll take a damp towel and put it over the spot, and then use a hot iron, like you iron with a clothes iron, you can actually get the dent out of the wood.
It's really smooth.
And if you can't get it all the way out, you can get it somewhat out using an iron and ironing your wood. I know it sounds like it wouldn't work, but it actually does. I was really shocked the first time I tried it because I actually learned it from another person.
I mean, it worked. I mean, it still has a little bit of it, but it wasn't nothing bad.
I bet if you had your heat high enough, turned
Right,
it over,
'cause I turned that off.
iron both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's good. And I don't know what I'm going to do Friday, but that's
I don't know
a
either.
hot minute ahead of me. So well, we might be doing the book on Friday.
The book? I thought you
Maybe.
was going to try to do a piece of furniture Friday.
Yeah. If I,
There ain't no telling.
there's no telling.
It's been a crazy week, and it's only a Tuesday.
It's only a Tuesday. Only. And our kids didn't have to go to school today because there was testing, so they got to be out of it. So it's just been a crazy week.
Yep.
And it's only Tuesday.
They should be happy. They ate
Yeah.
buffalo wings and pizza.
Yeah. I'm happy. Yep.
Little Caesars. Around here, everybody loves Little Caesars in our house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all watching.
Yep.
If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you want to.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
That's right.
And if you've got some napkins, then now you can go decoupage them on something. And if you don't have any napkins, then go find you some napkins. There's tons of them out there.
That's right.
I got these at Rusty Relics.
For $3.99.
For $3.99.
Tina, they are working on the Pizza Hut.
Yeah, they are. I see them out there. I don't know exactly what they're doing. It looks like they might have broke ground because they have like the area or whatever, but that could just have been where the old Pizza Hut was.
And knowing nowadays, I'll probably throw that thing up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I kind of get distracted down there because it's crazy how they were doing the road construction, and then of course there's Walmart traffic and all of that, and then so
Yeah, it was a Pizza Hut there when we were growing up. They had a buffet. That was probably one of my favorite places to eat growing up.
oh yeah, we ate there all the time.
Pizza Hut,
Pizza
the
Hut.
Pizza Hut buffet, and
Yeah.
Me and Mrs.'s first date was actually to Taco Bell.
Yeah, yeah.
That was actually our favorite place to eat was Taco Bell. Second favorite would be Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
We would drive all the way to the summit on Highway 280, so that's like 30 miles just to eat Arby's.
Just to eat Arby's.
Because there wasn't one
There
here.
was not an Arby's in Clinton.
Nope.
Nope,
No,
for a long
the closest
time.
one was in Alabaster, but we didn't like going to Alabaster when we were younger.
Right.
Because the mall was at 280, so was the movie theater.
Alabaster wasn't it wasn't as big as it is now.
Tina said, when I got married, my honeymoon was Jurassic Park the movie.
Nice.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
The kids just watched all the Jurassic Parks like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago that we just watched them. Yep.
Yep. We went and watched Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
But not when we got married.
No. Well, we got married and you went to the army.
Yeah.
So.
Right, like shortly after
It was
I
like,
went,
get
I
married
was
and
going
go
to
to
the army.
Yeah, get married, go to the army. Yep.
Tina said, my marriage ended up pretty much like the movie Jurassic Park.
I don't got nothing to say.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
All
right, guys.
Y'all take it easy.
Yep.
Be good.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll see you guys Friday.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.